If twisting Damascus steel is considered the pinnacle technique in blade forging competitions, then this 5-in-1 spliced twisted Damascus technique is undoubtedly another peak of this forging skill. The Damascus patterns formed are not only eye-catching and cool, but their extreme strength also deeply impressed the judges. Faced with such a formidable expert, the production team certainly didn't hold back, directly preparing 4 forging techniques for the contestants to choose from. These include 100-layer stacked Damascus, fishhook can Damascus, dual combined spliced can Damascus, and multi-spliced twisted Damascus. The 4 techniques range from easy to difficult, corresponding to the difficulty of the second round handle assembly ranging from difficult to easy. In simple terms, if a simple technique is chosen in the first round, the second round will be extremely challenging. The competition time is 3 hours. The timer starts. First up is Jack, who chooses the fishhook can Damascus. After receiving the steel materials, he directly uses fishhooks to complete the filling, then pours in steel powder to fill the gaps and prevent oxygen from entering. Finally, he welds the seal shut and places it in the furnace for forging. Next up is Leo, who has years of blade forging experience. He directly chooses the most difficult technique, the multi-splice twisted Damascus. His plan is to first make 5 small twisted Damascus steel bars, and then forge them together into one, and beat them into a blade. You know, such a complex technique would even take the top bladesmith Ben 8 hours to complete. Despite this, Leo remains confident. To save time, he decides to weld 2 Damascus steel billets simultaneously. After they are fully heated, he directly uses a press to extend and lengthen them. The third contestant, 7, after a brief moment of thought, decides to choose the dual combined can Damascus. He first coats the inner wall of the can with an isolation fluid. After it dries completely, he adds small springs. He plans to, after forging and fusing, only remove the soft steel from the sides and top, and then forge weld the 2 cans together. This not only saves time but also reduces the risk of failure. Finally, Cody, the youngest contestant, chooses the relatively simple 100-layer stacked Damascus. He plans to start with 8 layers, then cut it into 7 pieces and stack them to 56 layers. Next, he cuts it in half, stacks it again, and then forges it into a blade. After receiving the steel materials, he first uses a grinder to clean off the impurities on the surface of the steel billet, then welds it and places it in the furnace for heating. An hour has passed. Jack's steel billet has turned red and is ready for pressing. Since he didn't apply an isolation fluid, he saves the step of removing the can. Now he only needs to confirm that the internal fusion of the steel billet is perfect before using a power hammer for preliminary shaping. At this point, Leo has finished heating the steel bars and begins to vigorously twist the vortex patterns. The entire process is fast and his technique is very skilled, not giving the steel billet any time to cool down. The judges are continuously impressed. In comparison, Cody's progress has not been as smooth. At this moment, his 100-layer Damascus has just finished heating and is about to be pressed and fused. However, unexpectedly, after a few hammer blows, the steel billet directly cracks. At this point, Cody's mentality completely collapses.